Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Ha.
Ha.
Sunday.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? This is Melody.
Ha. Yes.
Awesome. I had to fix my audio, so hope this works.
Senator Murkowski spoke about my heritage.
Hi, Miss Selma. Hi, Miss Marion. Hey, Grandma Dee.
Hi.
All right. Well, I guess we'll see who joins us. We'll give people another couple minutes to log in.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Miss Brenda.
Hi, Brenda.
How are you all?
Good. Is it raining over there? We're waiting a couple minutes to see who all joins us. So far, we have Miss Brenda, Kenny, Miss Marion, Miss Velma, and Grandma Dee.
We had Zoom user, whoever that is.
Tanya, there you go. No, that might be me because I called in with my phone so I could hear everyone.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's see. So it's 13 after. I don't see many future candidates on, but what would everyone like to do today? There's not very many of us on here, but we can do something, whatever you all would like. Hello, everyone. This is Melody. Who is Zoom user? Hot fatal. Hot fatal though. Oh, looks like they're still connecting to audio. Okay. Okay, so Sunday outside saw.
Ha. Hyundai.
Would you all like to do what we did last week and continue listening to Ralph Cote's Kiowa hymn recordings and looking at the hymn booklet? Or what would you like to do if there's something else you'd like to focus on?
Well, we could listen to Kiowa's.
Hall. Yeah, we could I could pull up one of the Kiowa Culture Program recordings.
Ha.
Okay, let me open up
Just
the folder
ask-
and I'll on there.
I was going to say, if that's okay with everyone. That's just a suggestion. So that's the only way we hear Kiowa. So today,
Hall. What does everyone think about that? Listening to the Kiowa Culture Program recording?
Yes.
All right, looks like we have agreement. So let me find the folder and we'll look up the titles if I can get my computer to cooperate with me. Might help if I turned my screen on. Okay. All right, let's see here. Go to the right folder. Okay, now I gotta share my screen. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen so we can all look at the titles. Okay, can everyone still hear me?
Yes.
ha.
What's the deal? What's the lesson today?
Okay, so here's the titles for the Kiowa Culture Program, so we can listen to any one of these. So I can just scroll down and you will kind of stop me or shout out if you see a topic that you'd like to hear.
Hmm.
And Miss Marion, I know that last Sunday we listened to some of the Kiowa hymns, but some of the individuals who were interested in those are not on today. So we just figured we would listen to one of the Kiowa recordings instead.
That's good. What's that? Which topic? You don't know. Just picking one.
Hanya Haiga, it's up to y'all. So everyone
Okay.
just
Okay.
we'll kind of take a vote. So let me know if you see a topic that you want to hear.
You had asked about sign language before. I wonder what.
Oh, sign language?
Yeah, that's what you had mentioned at one time. But I mean, I'm just I'm just talking. I'm just not making a selection.
Yeah. Well, I'm open to anything. So let's see. Miss Brenda, Miss Velma, do you see a topic, or is there one that you'd like to look for?
There's Rainy Mountain School. Did you ever listen to that? Oh no, there's nothing. That's a different one. That's different.
Yeah, I don't think we've listened to the ones about the schools. I think we listened. Did we? Maybe we did.
I think we did.
There's Seda and Gila. That has 50,000 relatives.
Yeah. I'll go down a little bit.
What about making a brush arbor? Or is that something that everybody knows? What do other people think or suggest?
Yeah, what does everyone think about?
And then the railroad, building a railroad.
Yeah, that was interesting.
There used to be a railroad that went from the west, like Mountain View, to Chickasha, that the Kiowas would use to go to the agency. But I don't know what are people talking
Oh, there's another brush arbor one too, right here. Annual gatherings, Iowa Law and Justice.
I said brush arbor because I think a lot of the people, well, brush arbor was an extra, that was for the shade and then how to put it together, but I don't know what these people are talking about in the tapes because I'm not sure if they're thinking about how to put it together because a lot of the younger persons need to, I would think, I should know how to do that.
What is Kiowa Proverbs? I don't remember seeing that.
Oh, Proverbs.
Let's see. Which one? Let me go back.
I saw it. I thought it said Kiowa Proverbs. I can't even. They flash by so fast.
Oh, yeah, you're right
I
here. Number 241.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kiowa Proverbs.
That's a good
Let
one.
me. Yeah, that looks interesting. Let's see. Okay, where'd it go? Oh, it's on my other. Okay, let me stop sharing and then I'll pull it up and then I'll share my sound. I think I have to download it first. It's taking a minute. My computer is being slow today, just like the rain. Oh, there it goes. Okay, let's let it open up. They got downloading. At 14%. Taking its time. Hopefully this is the right one. Oh yeah, it is. While we're waiting, let's see. The Zotai family joined us. Welcome. And we have Miss Marion, Miss Velma, Miss Brenda, Kenny, Grandma D, the Zotais, and Zoom user. So yeah,
That's me.
welcome. Oh, hey, Charles. Welcome.
Incognito. I don't know how to put my signature on it to show that it's me.
Let's see. It looks like I could rename it if you want me to.
Yeah.
Want me to just put your name?
Yep. Charley.
Ley. Okay. All right, there we go. Tell me if that looks right.
Cool.
All right. Oh,
Now-
it's at 43%. We're getting there.
Now that
My
everybody knows,
internet is being super slow. We know who's here. Glad you can make it. I feel like playing the Jeopardy theme song while I'm waiting for this to download. It was in the cloud, so I had to download it to my computer so we could hear it. So that's what's taking a minute. It's getting there.
Is your head in the clouds?
Yeah, feels like it.
Mhm.
Okay, it's almost there. It's at 75% downloaded, so. $80%, getting there. I think we'll listen to the prayer that their opening prayer on this recording, and we'll use that as our opening prayer for our session.
Get yeah. Oh. Oh.
All right, about 30 seconds left to download. Almost there.
Where's Dorothy?
Tanya Haga. I haven't seen her today.
Just curious. Yeah.
Okay, can everyone hear me?
Oh,
All right, I'm going to share my screen and I'll put this file.
The Kiowa Culture Program on this date of January the 23rd.
Okay, could everyone hear that?
yes.
All right, cool.
1980. Those that are present here today is Lloyd Toybaugh, Jasper Sankadoty, Yale Spotted Bird, Guy Tainby, Hazel Bowtone, Esther Topai, Margaret Dincourt, Isabel Two Hatchet. And the two that are not with us today are in the hospitals, and we've been thinking about them. We've been praying for them. We hope to see them soon, well and working with us again. At this time, I'm going to ask my brother Guy Tainby to give us the invocation again before we start our session. You know, Lucy, she up to? Or she's still. Talking to them about. She write a letter. Koutoin, kun kiitä. Guite dososte dosaa kiite sankite. Ei dosaata tässä narde dosaate, kun saata johonkin kohajuuta. Pelto kiom tekoon, kun viitos soim dosaata, teko kielteko. Get haiket okon vei dosaata. Te on te leikkautu, vain kun kiitä totiko tudonkin doteen. Haja on te dothen donde haja tonke dote kom så på huk kom så tycker jag är kap har då vet du så går jag då med hon det på då haja tage det på då jag dot och jag kida och har gett henne då det så jag det ett av barn då har vi då på Kiita eikö sootte te dotsaatte käkkoon. Kioma eikö paat aakia, että te on te kioma paahone on ja johon tekee. Aja on tekee doon jo koikka. Te oit käkkoon vaikka todessa on ja jokin doon. Ei se ole koikuun kaikki ja on sokea pelto päivä. Så det jag kallar sandan. Bara kodan jag hade hållit och kallat sanda kipo. Det går höj dan satt det väl på det så jag. Det går mot det där. Det så snart det går ner dan kan kodan det väl då jag. Bara ju dan det är det kommer ju när det är det då mot Kiowa eikö kiitäkin kautta, kaumoita aikikoita. Ne puhun, kun käy ne puhun aikita, pelkällä kautta. Paahon ei kote puhun, eikö henkilötä, eikö te pelkäitä, eikö te voi käkön takia, se on jäänyt hensuutaan. Ne eikö aamutaan, että voi kiitä. Sandet hade varit äget i gatten. Och genom då den sanget kameran. Topweg och hajt av det här. Då säkert så var jag hajt då. Jag tar gå i den här kongen då något här. Då något så. Jag har inte gett äget. Betaget dam och det går get awkward. Velkok isone on. Ja kon pujom tempo tuukkui taidoset huon teillä aamuudessa. Teit oi onko eikö kedote saada teitä kutsaata on. Ja haidet at gemohemo kiit aidan. Tokuuta joko eikö tää kiiäkin aageet kuuta ketaido. Saaden ja Peltoka det daasa, teikö kiidata, te on tetto kätten sun ei kaotettu donkedaate. Lopeiku on aikaupeita käkkaan kujan tetto heikkolat kädoissa.
Okay. Let's see. We'll start with Grandma D. Would you like to make any comments on the prayer?
Well, it's just he's always difficult for me to understand because the longer he speaks, then his voice gets lower. Okay, but anyway, he started out with the prayer that they're always glad to meet and see one another, and he talks about how grateful he is to be able to meet, and talks about every individual's lives, whatever they have, and he did say bido, Tata. They use that a lot. Is the old folks or the old people or those. And so that's the way they pray. So that they pray. So that's what we're doing. And then he says somewhere that he's heard them pray. It was a lot for me to remember, but that's what he's talked about. And then he did use the words. Maybe some of our candidates aren't here, but the rest of us here was the Yokogu and Toguda. Those are the young people. And those who are young women and just coming into their being young people from their teen years and teenagers, I guess, late teens. That's what Yaka is, a woman, young lady, and Togu is a young man. So I thought I'd mention that before that he used those words in his prayer. So
Oh, aho, Gramady. Awesome. Let's see. The next one I see, Miss Marion. Would you like to make any comments or add to that?
He had a lot of good words, and I understood what he said, but the thing is, I couldn't get it all down. And with Dolores, she covered the part about where, the older people prayed, and he was grateful for another day, a new day, where they could meet together. And of course, as Dolores said, he mentioned how the older people prayed for others. And he was also mentioning in his prayers good things for the future. And he mentioned, I'm kind of skipping around. He said the younger ones is what the way I understood it, that will someday realize what they were talking about today. And he mentioned in the past where the Kiowas all lived together. And today they have some people who are ill, and relatives and children, things, and that some people don't realize or whatever, but just to think of them in your prayers type of thing. Everything was created here for us, and we don't know the future and what things will take place, but things will improve. I'll just end it right there, but there was a lot that he said, so there's more, but I'll just stop there.
Oh, aho. Let's see. Miss Brenda, would you like to add anything?
Sorry, I'm having a hard time getting my button. I'm at a place where I can't really comment. So thank you though.
Okay. Aho. Thank you, Miss Brenda.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. Miss Velma, would you like to add any comments?
No, not right now. I'm kind of being distracted. I was being distracted, but now I'm okay. But they were showing that on C-SPAN, the boarding school, and I was just kind of going back and forth. So yeah, I think they did a great job covering.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. I'll have to look that up. That's cool. All right. Well, let's go ahead and go into the first speaker on this recording and see what they say. So, okay.
Melody, do you know who the person was that did the prayer?
Was it Guy Tampi?
I don't know. I'm asking. Dolores?
Grandma D, was that Guy Tampi?
Paul. Paul.
Guy,
Yeah, Paul,
Guy
Paul.
Tampy?
Yes, Paul.
Paul.
Awesome. All right. I'll go ahead and press play.
Go on, go, go. Don't get though. Go, don't get. Go, go, what the? Ya pega sol. Ya pelto hay que go. Oh, conte allá. Que pay te do. Ya boy do. Ona so hold out. Let him. Don't get down. Que some pa. Que te ki. Que pel te dono. So, que boy do. Let him. Call. Don't get. Oh, go. Esto. Ja, oikeuteen, iketotekin, hanke oikeuteen, kalle don't oikeutekin. Entet so paton kekedon. San dot aton tata, katelta, kavaton. Antean tosani on. But tal do de. E kan ton fa kanaka. Kom. E kan ik haya. Ante vot. Don kan kan te oboda. De man tosani auto. Don heim akot. Oyoko. Oyo te get again, but ko. Emo moi con yo. Ana ok ya yo day.
Was he done talking?
Well, yes, of course, the prayer was over, but he was talking about the sayings that Kiowa people had said that Kiowa could think and they knew a lot. I was describing the qualities of the Kiowa people and what they thought and what they knew and what was right, what was true, what was proper. And then that's what he said, those were what they were going to talk about. Then I think he went on into something about, start talking about a child or a young person be sitting there and then he would be asked to be quiet, be still, and to listen so that he would learn to be a good person. And he said he used the last part, he used the word, oh, my. So maybe I wish Dorothy was here, and anyway, maybe Marion and Velma could give what Omoy is. I kind of know, but I really don't know. It's a word that's real difficult to translate. It's the quality of a good quality to have, be a part of your personality. It's an admirable trait. So that's what he's saying. But I don't know really how to explain it. Oh, my.
Oh, who? Miss Marion, do you want to try to give a description of?
Dolores gave a good description of that, because he says, do not forget. He's talking about the language. And then he says, today that's what they're going to talk about. Yes. Language they're going to speak in them, admonishing the child, or they speak to the children, and they listen. And when you speak good things, of course, then the children, if they're sitting quiet, then they learn. And he's talking about, well, I guess to put it bluntly, the Kiowas, they make use of their knowledge, their brain, Kekom, the way Kekom. And we're Kiowa people, and that's what so many things, not things, but they have knowledge, and they can. This is one of the things they're going to be speaking about. And again, oh boy, it's just, to me, it's like you're learning, and you're kind of renewed. But that again goes back with learning, and can be used in so many different ways. And then he said, at home all day. But I didn't hear the first part before he went to that. Not get home. Can he all day? Because we know what all day means, but I didn't get the first part before he said those words. Otherwise, Dolores did a good job with that, covering the translation.
Melody, after Velma gets through, I have a recollection I like to tell about.
Oh, okay. Miss Velma, did you want to add to that?
Yeah. That, to me, this is just my interpretation, or what I believe the word omoy. To me, it means to have love and compassion for others.
Wow.
Oh. All right. Grandma Debut.
Well, this is mostly for, the age of the candidates. I just want to reflect and remember some years ago, I don't know how many years it's been now, but the tribe, our tribal people, our tribal leadership wasn't what it needed to be. That's nothing new. But anyway, I'm just telling you that I can't remember how many years ago, but anyway, I don't even remember the administration, the chairman and the vice chairman, who they were, because I just remember someone said, well, we'll go down there and we'll ask if we can speak to the chairman, whoever's in there. So I don't know what was brewing, but anyway, we walked down there. There was the only elders that I remembered were Gus Palmer, Jacob Atone, and I can't remember the third man. Then I went and Juanita Aton, and there were about 5 of us. And so the men, of course, we didn't say anything as women because the men were doing the talking. That was their idea. And the word that stood out to me is that this is a way to be a leader. This is the qualities that our people admire. And then they, of course, they spoke English for the most part because the administration at that time didn't, well, and now even they don't understand Kiowa that well. So most of it, they spoke in English to them. And then, but every now and then, you would have to say Kiowa in order to get your point across. If you're Kiowa speaking to a Kiowa, giving them advice. And the word that I remember was, you had to be Omon con. And it stood out to me. That's how I remembered all that. There were other qualities that they mentioned for this person to have and to think about so that he could be a good leader. So what I'm trying to get across is that our language is very appropriate at times. You can say things in Kiowa that have more depth than they have in English, and that was the case there. That's what those meant. That's what I remember, is that Kiowa was the only way to speak to these young men, but they didn't understand. But they were used anyway, so that they could tell them. So that's more or less that I thought about it. That's kind of like what these proverbs are, I guess, that they're talking about. So I'm just trying to say that Kiowa is a very deep and good way to get your point across. And they were taught. This guy was talking about how they learned from the elders, and you just listen. So that was another thing they expressed to these people. So I remember that very well because it was pressed up on me. What we lack as people is knowing our language, and well, in Kiowa you can get your point across in a very deep and way. Okay. That was it. That's all.
I know I've heard the word, but I get on my way. So that always makes me make it better.
Oh,
There
that's important.
the
Yeah.
various qualities that I was told from the elders again about the leadership qualities. And it's just, it's like it was not acceptable to be a thief or a liar or those types of, leadership had to be someone who was trustworthy and put these people first and not selfish, and it just goes on like that. So the lowest of the lowest to be, not to treat his people well, and you have all the bad qualities of the home, and you call that. So
Oh, I think that's really important to remember. I also just wanted to mention that I see that Mr. Lance White is also joining. I don't know if you're able to speak, but if you'd also like to add any commentary on the speakers or interpretations, Lance, you're welcome to. I could call on you as well. All right, awesome. Aho. Let's see, and I also see we have Mr. Mike Topom also joining. Welcome. And Courtney is also with us.
Oh,
Welcome. So today, for those of you who just joined us, we are listening to one of the Kiowa Culture Program recordings. It is recording tape number 241. It's called Kiowa Proverbs, and we just got done listening to the first speaker. So I'll go ahead and press play, and then how this usually works is we listen to one speaker at a time, and then our elders and our mentors here on the session, they each take a turn giving their commentary or interpretations, different translations, that kind of thing. And then we can ask any questions that might come up during that time.
Melody, what was that number again?
It's 241.
Thank you.
Aw. Thank you, Miss Velma. Miss Velma is taking our notes and attendance today, so we appreciate that. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and press play. Cool.
Koe kono tau te agi, ta nei kon te tau I ta bayati. Kien ko gut tau ke tau bin ta dau ka pa gut tau hap de solo ke tau. Eo te ki ke tau te kien kono e dau ke ko solo tau pa te le kon hein ke dau na koe te peto san ta dau so te ki a ka dau ke. Kot o hein a dan, bata ris te koe kon e te o ha dau te ke tau san no bin ta utso. On te em gut no teinte pui on ke ei te saa te ui on te ke tauta no ki. On te su ke do no pui en baat on ko on te kui gut te tai ko tong ke so ke da pa ki pa gi ko ke do te panem o dem ke pan gul do ake te pan gul do te ka thare thalia ta do dem ko sa pe ke do dem pan gul do get o ma pa ko o get o ma o kono ko yo ke o hinta se on te ki on te gamat pe o por don te ke como bi ta ta kono no e o te ki no e ke do ki ko po de len ke te ki ko ton don ki ko sa te ki a ka do ko non ki como on te so ke ko ke ne ko to gu no te ke ko sa da do ki ko ke come don bat hai ko ba bo ke te so ko po te no bi ta do conte shont ore solonte entonces no de ko bes all tem ko le missione to ku ton ke solo ke doneo te ki ke do te kai ko to sel de te o conte ke to so te ki ka do ko yo tendo de ponte ke o ye da te male ko ke ma hai ke do ko palonte ke to no ko bi te to ki ko e o ke te gute ane hai te ta ia tom to kolon te te so ke te ba mo ko ne ko akana so te bo te ko no te agi
Okay. Grandma D, would you like to start?
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but is that James Silverhorn?
Oh,
Okay. Well, the word that stood out was he said, "Ngu don't do." Gu as they're giving you advice. They gu don't do. And he's talking about that was the way that it was that he remembers, where they sat you down and talked to you, told you to behave and do what, don't be doing something that you should not be. And that's what they were taught, and said, but we can't do that today. And they do things that we're don't approve of, but it's not like he's just saying it wasn't the way it was. But they were talking about proverbs and things that they would say. And he mentions that he said a phrase that the only that the phrase was, if you get up in the morning and the sky is red, the clouds are red, sun rises and the clouds are red, it means that the weather is going to be bad. He didn't say that, but that's what they say. And you say tali atado de. That's what he said. That was the phrase, was that the weather's going to be bad, so watch the boy, I guess, or whatever. Beware of the weather, in other words, I guess what it is. But I don't want to that's what he said, but later, there isn't time for me to tell you one and only time I ever heard that phrase. I guess I'll take time. I was about a third grader, and we were in the playground, and my cousin said to me, I said we didn't speak Kiowa on the playground, we spoke English, but she came by, and she stopped, and we're standing there, and she said, Tali atado. And so she said, do you know what that means? So I shook my head and I said, no. And so she told me what it meant. And she's the only one that I haven't heard that phrase since my third grade years in the playground. I heard her say that. And so she said, that's what they say, that the weather's going to be bad. So she was telling me how to forecast the weather, I guess, at that time. But then that's what he's talking about, that I'm good, don't know. That's a phrase where they're giving you advice for how to conduct yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
Oh, aho, Grandma G. That's awesome. Miss Marion, would you like to comment?
Mhm. I agree with that, what she said. I said, and of course, teach your younger ones. But he says also, there's even today, you try to give advice to older ones, and they don't want it. A lot of them, you tell them something and they forget, or they just don't want to hear it. But those are just words of advice. And that's true. A lot of people don't like to hear advice, even though a wise person will listen to advice regardless. Take it and absorb it, or they'll just ignore it or add it to their knowledge. Okay, that's it.
Oh, thank you. Miss Velma, would you like to add any?
No, that they did good. They did a good job.
Oh, let's see. All right. Oh, okay. Does anyone have any questions for any of ours? Okay. I'm gonna go to the next speaker.
De ki tonge ke doengo dopo do de tonge con de but all don take get on de haya kekum da ku get a get all de dotte to go no ba kia de no alo pa on de haya ego mai dot o ga ge ton ton san to an con tông giàn mà bùi kỳ để em tôm kỳ tón đem đốt ở tông cái ăn tông giàn cái tế cái nó amal kỳ để em tôm kỳ tón này có con để tông cái để tông cái đó ở để kỳ có nhé cái đó on để hay cái cái tông giàn mà để cho hay get con hai cái đó hay on để I gutom kito elikonem tohado sado ne de mokomgo. Ego kia kon wada de ki ku pego ge motem don noge kode to goego ku motem gene. A kego habai ut oba shende. No alito get high get dengo kia kom da modo dem kot. Habahaya. No albude guk on boy do kotaya e tom kit o pai tom ge go ge bode at eganem ko be ku tonem to hat no noi to tal do tongo mon o gonde do to de o golal e go mo an em bon mo go mo an em o hi to ba o gondan to zani to de ede kode ede one e go chulo do to a i go i go mon te go i to ta do e go con dai a ge de i go o ye de go pel to do ge ge o ge go onde chulo o go onde ge go mai de moi san de o ge go e pel pai de to ge go pa o go ke kom de ge do de ge gu te pai de to con de do te de chi go so ge a ke kom da a tông em tông pai gu de to ko I tông ge to avoid that ki de am on e pu em tông ki to go be to be do de ne go a ko tông bông cái go go đúc để to de ge do to al ho ne an on tape ge ko ye go con de de tông ki to de o go de say bot de go on tape ko de to oi de go gu pe to bu dam pe poyo mom do to go na ya yan to zan go to ki de ne go oi de get ai de chulo oi de not so I don't ta do do de tông ge to ko I tông ge advice suggestion e go chulo on de and do tông to de get all kudo e o de ki so yeah they have I over at all dog go mo gu get gu te to de su hon go e go pi pa go ge to an hai ke do sal to do su de o ye de don't a ge dog go do mo kui me a ko ma yu a dog I te on de ye em gu to sal ge oi ne e go ma yu a kul go e go ha ge yo de tong ge ko ge ha no ye do wa do.
Okay. Grandma D, over to you.
This was Hazel Boton, and it's just like when the men were speaking, they say so much. And when you're where I am, where you have to remember what they were saying, but she said a lot. She did say that they were taught, they were given advice, and so that you will have a good life. Today, it's different. They will not listen to advice. People, I guess, speaking of Kairos. And she said that they were given, the purpose was to teach you, to tell you so that you would have a good life. And then today they don't listen, but Kairos have sayings and ways to talk to you and how to conduct yourself so that you will be a good person. And she said, call on high gedal. That means call on is, well, we also know is what she's talking about. Kairos knew the real Kairos. And so that's the way that they gave their advice. And like I say, they all have so much to say that it's very, it's, I guess, unfortunate that I can't do justice to what their Kiowa, so that it would have the same meaning and depth that they can do with Kiowa. But that's the gist of what they're saying.
How was
Oh.
that? Excuse me, Dolores, how was that call on? What did she say about that call on? What was
Call,
after that?
call
Huh?
on, I get off. Call on, I get off.
Call on high Gedol.
Yeah,
Call on high.
like you might think we don't know, but we do. It's kind of the meaning of that.
What now?
Well, it means that you might think, well, you might think of somebody that is not knowledgeable of what, but you could say, "Uncon high Gedol." He does know, he or she does know, even though you might think they don't. So
Oh,
that's
okay.
what she's talking about Kiowas as a people that they did know how to live a good and productive life.
Oh. Hyundai inside Ramadi. Do you think we should listen to Hazel Bowtone speak again?
Oh, well,
Call on. Call on. Call on high. High.
if you want,
Yeah.
that's up to you. You're the, you're the younger people. We're doing the best we can.
Oh.
That's up to
Well,
you.
But
oh.
Dolores,
Hyundai.
Dolores, that word call on high, to me it means like, yeah, people, all people, like, they think you don't know anything, but to get called on high, they know
Yeah, come on.
and
You
have
might,
knowledge. Yeah. Like you might think, well, oh God, that guy's just, or that those people don't know anything, but they do know.
yeah, so that's
And some,
what call on high, you might be little their intelligence, but they know it's what it is.
but they know because they know the language and they've been listening, and people just disregard them sometimes.
Yeah.
Hello?
Mhm.
Oh. Let's see, did anyone else have any other comments or questions? Or, well, before that, would those of us who are kind of, listening, would you like to hear that last speaker again? Or should we just continue on?
Yes.
Oh,
Like to hear it again.
Okay. I feel like Grandma D, I feel like she did say a lot. I was trying to write down things that I was trying to catch, but okay. All right, let me see if I can rewind it to when she starts speaking. Let's see, 42. Let's try
Yeah,
a
echo.
little bit.
Oh boy, dog. I don't know the key.
And she spoke for a long time.
Go on. But all don't.
Thank you. No, I'll give.
Okay.
I'll leave it. I'm going to
the key. Don't get it doing. Dopo do de don't get on there. But all don't take get on the higher. Kakum that ku get I get all the. Dot take the go no back ear. The no I love on there. Ego. My dot oga ge. Don't ton san. An con tông dàn mà bùi kỳ để em tôm kỳ tón đêm đốt ở tông ghé để ăn tông dàn ghé tế cô nó amal kỳ để ô nhầm tôm kỳ tón này có để tông ghé để tông ghé cái đó eo để kỳ có ô nhé cái đó on để hay à cô kia hiểu cái tông dàn mà để chú hay à ghé khó hai cái đó yon đi cái gu tôm kỳ thôi là có nem to hà đó sạ đó này để một cọng gụ ấy gụ kia cọng quá đó đi khi cụ bề của cái một thêm đó nó cái có để to của ấy gụ cụ một thêm cái này cái gụ hà bài u to bài sen đi nó lấy to cái hai cái này gụ kia cọng đó mò đó đem có habahaya no albo de go boy do ko thai e tom ki to pai tom ge go ge bo de at en kan em ko be ku to nem to no noi to thal do ko thong ko mon o gon de do to de o go la he ko mo an em bon mo ko mo an em o hi to ba o gon dan to zani to de ko de de one e go chulo do to i go ko mon te go e to tha do e go con dai ke de i go o ye de go pel to do ke ge to ke go on de chulo o go on de ge ko mai de moi san de to ke go e pel pai de to ke go pao o go ke kom de ge do de ge gu te pai de to con de do te de se go so ge ke kom da atong em to pai go de to ko I to ge to avoid that ki de am on ai pu em tom ki to go be to be do de ne go ko tông bông cái go cô đức để to đây cái đó to al ho này anh on tay cái khô cái con đây để tông chi to đây go đây dày bột đây go on tay bị khôi đây to ôi đây go gu bị to bột đam bị bôi mồm đầu to con này ya yan tông gian go to ki đây này go ôi đây cái tai đi chơi lo ôi đây nó soi tông thà đó to lo to đi tông cái okay tông cái advice suggestion cái good so long there and đó tông to đi get all could do ấy ở đây kì so yeah they have I to ba at all đó cái có mò gu get gu tít to đi chơi hòn go ấy có pi pa cái tụ to anh hai cái đó phải to đó chơi thì ôi để tốt cái đó cái câu đâu mò cùi mẹ câu mai yếu ba đó của y thế on đây ya em gu tổng tổ là cái ôi này em có mai yếu ul go em có hai cái yếu để tông cái con cái hao nó y đâu đó.
Okay. Grandma D, was there anything else that you wanted to add?
Well, she said, she talked about, well, I don't remember exactly her words, but anyway, she's telling about if some woman comes and starts talking or telling, then you don't interrupt at all. And so she's speaking about words and how you speak. And then you heard her say, well, she's talking about if to avoid argument, don't say anything, just be quiet. Don't push your ideas, don't interrupt. That's the advice of do not interrupt anyone when they're speaking. That avoids a lot of misunderstandings. So she's talking about the way you speak and what you say. And, so she said that was the way that she was brought up. That's the way that her father advice that her parents gave to her sister, and she and her sister, her family. Like I say, she said a lot, so it's like I say, I apologize for not being adequately telling you what she said in English, but it's a very good advice. And she said, "Don't title." That's a phrase that I haven't heard. I guess a long time I did. I don't remember. Don't title. That means we've been talked to. Yeah. And that's what she's talking about. And I recognize that today. What they were told was good advice. That's it.
Grandma D, was that a don't tie?
She and I, her sister, don't title.
A don't title. Okay, for the two of
Yes.
how would we say it if we were just like saying me or I, like I was talked to?
Oh,
Don't title. As you, just you. And A is she and her sister, two of them.
Don't title. And that would mean that I was talked to, like someone gave me advice, or is it more like they got on you about something, or they were trying to give you advice?
Well, she was saying we were talked to, so that means I guess they were giving advice. Just saying don't title.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Yeah, these are good. Just while we're listening and we're hearing this, and we're only about 14 minutes into this recording, it looks like we're only about a third of the way. But it's like this one would be one of those that we'd want to try to transcribe and translate, like word for word, because it seems like there's a lot of really good sayings in here.
there was, excuse me, there was a couple words that she said when she said people don't take advice, or they become angry and they fight, or she meant, I don't I go. I don't I go. She means they, fight with their words. And then she goes on to say, some words are like a sharp arrow, like a zebra. And but then she says he'll come back. Have to be careful. That was my understanding of what she's talking about. When people fight, word fight.
Would you, Miss Marion, would you take that to mean, is that like arguing, or is that like debating? Like, how would you classify that? Please?
Well, if it's sharp words, then some people can really say bad things when they're angry. So that would not be well. It happens even in discussions. It'll turn into a fight. So it depends. Dolores, maybe you can answer that more clearly because some people, like she's saying, they'll just get up and walk out whenever they're given advice. But then there's the others. I'm just speaking now as an example. There will be others that will stay there and they'll fight with their words. That's what she called it. Don't I go. Don't I go. They'll just maybe sometimes get out of control. But then it's going to be very hurtful, like an arrow.
So that all goes back to what you started out with, is that when someone says anything, you just, don't say anything.
Be quiet.
And that's what it says. You avoid
Yeah.
what will happen if then you end up to a fight with words.
So you just listen.
And
Don't respond.
Dolores, when she was saying that, about the words could turn back on you, can you clarify, see if I'm not sure if I put it down right, but on tape, a koi date off. Is that how you say it? How she said?
Yeah,
Huh?
on tape.
What?
It will come back. To you.
Yeah, on tape.
On tape.
A koi date off. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Koi date off.
Yeah, on tape. Koi date off.
Koi date off.
Can you repeat that? The words will come back to you altogether. Grandma D or Miss Velma?
On tape, yeah, koi date. Oh,
On tape. Yeah.
On
Hey.
tape, a koi date off.
On tape, a koi data.
Or she was saying yeah, I don't know. You could either say on tape, yeah, koi data. Is that right, Dolores?
Oh,
Okay.
That's a good one. I'm gonna have to teach that to my kids. and take that advice myself.
Boy, mate, don't fight. Oh, don't fight.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. Did anyone else have any other comments to add or any questions for our mentors on Hazel Bowtone's part here?
I have a question. Was this advice given to young Kiowa people? Was there a time in that young person's life, perhaps when they were leaving home and going away to college? Was there an occasion where someone would give advice, an elder would give advice to a younger person?
It's every day. There's not any special time.
yeah. It's
All
probably
the time.
the way that it was that they just advise you, I guess, at any time.
All
So
the
that
time.
when you so that you would remember them. Throughout your life, I guess. Of course, they were given they gave you advice from the time, I guess, you were in your home around people. So that was like, that's what Marion was saying, that, just given to you whenever, I guess. Maybe there was a need, there would be a need, or maybe they just give me advice. But when they started out, that's what they were saying, that somebody said that so that you would have a good life. I think one of the men said that earlier. They were given so that you would lead a good life.
And to me, I know I was taught a lot of things through the stories that my grandparents told my brother and I. They would give us advice, the moral of the stories that they told us. And that begins early too.
That's right. It's like teaching etiquette at home so that when you go out in public, you'll know how to behave. It's the same thing with behavior, talk, and reminded that when you go meet with others, then you'll know how to behave and respect. But she said she got more into detail with her words than the other 2-3 guys mentioned this but they didn't use these words.
Oh. Awesome. Any other questions or comments? Okay, I'm gonna go to the next speaker.
Eli kiitä paikkoja ja tusan mä on ihon ja maa kom haiko ja okoi tung haiko kun ja pelta maa kohon ja pelta ton ma ko ajete achia to kiko ja sulo to on to ko aguto kan to guto to kung te ko sulanan tong po de ko ta tengo onko soin de so ado de anton je on mai to ton je ko aso on ton je ko a on moi kon ton je ka no hiam on pel ton je hon de hier Engo ako koto tongi te honde ke on papai de to anta amigo. Iko oppo hoan honde ke haia tongi neko maajet oka topat oko honjan haikoto. Honde ke omi to pat hoko sulo pat omi kan anohio ke haia tongi ko. Ko anen poupon kuttu ko te kujet omohio te ko te ko naliko haien no kuja ma ditse kuja ma te oi te enko mai dot te kan ton da ko honan haya mai enko maton don anaya aho gumo to pe ko at ia ya ton ja nango kon te do de tali e man to san ma ton ja pa ya se mi ton ja ko pa ya se mi ton ne po ba kong ji to ha je kui te to je po ye je ba po li to kui te to je ba ho dom to ton je ba ani to pe ton je ona ya to ko yo ma ton je solo se ma se ton je hon je a je ko ton je po te ko ei te solo ko ha ye ya ko ma no ai ko no tolta tode ei tien enko kuut ja tot otem te koudu peitte do opahot an kuut enko ja tohton jiko sootti ja tohton jiko enko tot ja sootti ja tohton ja te paa wehote ja kiia tot ja kolei tohton ja höide peide kui Ekkom taako ta aama honko ekkom ta liko heko mo kui me aama heko sulan tonje paku sa emi tonje hyote oitit aajetien haitit oke ko tiepi ko sooti jike toote ko heko jan poot tonje ritsu tjep pui toot ja emien poidit tonje hyote ko mon Eikö to puutteita, no hionti siitä koko saada, no kiääkö, eikö tiedä, kutsulla ajatikään hän te puutteita, ei pau, toi on teki kaamate, ei te päät hootoo, kun heiti peiti, kun päät äijät oot ja komta päntä toon. Tietysti ei, kun no hajopet iätoot, hajota teilit, hajota enkä tiedä kaamista, itse kun tiedä noin kutsulla ko, he kun tiedä teom toin kun te tauko, pupa on te on kun te iässä pit on piltu, kun te kun te äädet otempa on to. Te oppa kuuttunkin ja saamio, kun häden kuuttunkin ja to ja oi, henko se jäi to Johnny on ko onko ne koiko hai ko ja ai te kama de hei to hon sano ton je ko jingo hei paton je ne ko he ka on do je ton tha to de ton je ne ko a so de ko ya i te to ko je kon po je ko an pin pat de on ka ton tha Eikö ja sitten tiedä vuotta, että te thoo kuntoon, eikö ja tontoon. En tiedä vuotta, tunti kun sojaa, mutta eikö hekä kouto haapa, tunti kun muodjet o kuinka tunti, ne kun kudeet, ne koupi kiipa. Kun heikö koja taate hop tunti, kun je koupi aihtan. Ja ei titsoo kuuttunti ja koupi. Honan al honan ja tonko em to taldo ko ei te an ei mo taate an baton jene et aadi jo boy down de ton jenko kuuton je ta
Have a hope.
Okay. Grandma D, would you like to start?
Well, I'll leave something out, I know, because she said a lot, but that was Isabel Two Hatchet. And she used her, I think her grandfather, anyways, some man in, that she was telling that the advice that he gave, I guess, to his granddaughters or to his daughters, of saying that you help your mother when she does anything. So on, you be industrious, and oh my, we had that word before, and that's compassion. And then you help your mother, and that's the way you are going to learn. And that was his boss. And then I think she said her mother used to bead, and I guess that was learn how to bead or whatever. He didn't say that. Just watch what she does, help her, and that way you learn. And then she's talking about, I think she said, I don't remember who it was, but some man said that I guess it's her some man in her family was saying that the girls stayed home with their mother. You stay home. They stayed home, and that's how they learn from their mothers. And then a boy, they like to go off and play. But he said that he would rather have you wherever you go, wherever you play, whoever you play with, your playmates, you come home. Do not spend the night at anyone's house, because that was to tell you that so you might pick up bad habits or whatever. So you always come back home wherever you go. And then she told about, I'm just trying to remember, because then she told about Johnny Uncle, whatever her, I think that was her uncle, I don't remember. She was trying to think of his Kiowa name. She said that Johnny Uncle told how a son of his stayed out all night. And so we were eating, and we came in the morning, and so he was going to talk to him, and I guess he was upset, I guess mad, and he was going to say something. And his mother, the boy's mother, said, "No, you let him eat first. And then you can tell him, but he needs to eat." So he was sitting there eating, and then Johnny Uncle said that he was so impatient, he couldn't wait to say what he wanted to say, scolding, whatever. And so he did. And then, to make a long story short, then the boy just walked out. And so she was saying that I guess she was just giving an example of what happens, I guess, if you don't listen. A man didn't listen to his wife's advice. She didn't wait. So anyway, he left without finishing his meal. And so then she said that, and then another relative told her, male relative told them that even though he didn't go to school, they knew that they needed education. So for them to work hard and go to school and have a job and be useful. So anyway, good don't get. She used that word again, good don't get. So that's what that was. That's why they advised them. That's it, Melody.
Oh, that's awesome. Miss Marion, we'll see if you'd like to add.
Oh, yeah, well, what what Dolores said, covered it, kind of women or the Kiowa are industrious people, and the women that they were very, I'm using the same word, industrious, and they did different types of work, and the one was bead worker. And the advice is that don't just sit there, do something and learn, so that you can learn some skill. I'm using the word skill. And then the girls should not wander off, and they should stay home and going away and doing other, crazy things. That was not good. And then again, same thing Dolores said about the boys, or the children don't stay or eat at someone else's home. And then the learning is important. Learn, find a good job, and find work. And then how the uncle admonished his son. How about your, that's the same thing that Dolores covered. So. Very important. And remember your religion and what they call, you know, that's what she mentioned. Okay. Where'd you find that?
Aho, thank you, Miss Marion. Let's see, Miss Velma, do you want to add anything?
Nope, they did a good job.
All right, awesome. Does anyone have any questions? All right, hearing none. I think we probably have time for maybe one more speaker to listen to. So we have about 7 minutes. So let me press play.
Before we keep,
Nei mò tha de an bắt tông gì này hết à gì cái boy de để tông gì có cú tông gì đó.
before we keep,
Yeah,
Abahoa,
apa hau.
come on down, no.
Think đó mình
Father Tone call that man.
Yeah.
Anh em đi kỳ get tông sản coi tông ghé get dog get oh boy dog good tông ghé get all copy but on kỳ cái công ta có ado get good get pel tông mò hay có get on có cái gu thon đó tế hòn tế có em có hay ô bê của cái cùng ai ba họ tế có cái bê đó đó của có em khó để có cái hai cái đó on để hay on cái on để em phải có tông cái hay cái mỏ hộp có phá tông khi nó ai để khen có đó để hay có ô phôi có để tông khi này sau cái ô bồi đó cái cũng cái để khi đó cái có nhẹ số hay có thà pa đó thì cúi hòn đã kia bố cái cũng đã cái có cái mò khô đó cũng để cái thế này hay có anh có hòn có để kia có hay có bay cái kia có nhẹ đó hay có hòn để cái thì đó cái hòn để bố được cụ thông đó hòn để có hòn để đòi cái bộ đó chỉ có bay cái kia có hạ xuống đó anh có để này có để bay đó ôi để ấy kỳ bay đó có hay bay đó hòn để bay ô có cái hạ để bay cái ông để đó để anh tông cái đó này hay có một cái câu đó cụ ý để hòn có để kia hay có buổi on xóa đó hay bay đó cái đó còn bay được cái cùng ô có cái hạ để số có để đó thêm đó có thể có giá tính một có thà hay tôi để kia cái tông sản tông cái đó Bố so đồ kỳ cái bê lụp bài của đi so cái cùng đó kìa ô thì cái thai bộ coi đồ cái coi tông kìa kéo bồi đồ mẹ nó khổ thai cái sâu tê hel gu tông kìa này kéo bồi đồ mẹ đi ôi thì ghét tông dầm kỳ thì có nên ô hà đôi kỳ rồi hôn đi hay ha tê đó này cô ô phiêu anh cô coi cái nó hại kìa đeo vậy thì tông cái đó ấy thì có coi con cái họ cái mong cái thà sau đó bị san có họ cái mà đâu có bồi dệt bị hà có coi con cái đó đó là cái nhà họ này có coi con này thông cái đi coi thì nó
Okay. Grandma D, let's start with you.
Well, the speaker was Esther Topa, and she said on key, it was a long time ago. She started out, and she talked about how the Kiowas gave through the advice so that you would have a. She said other people talked about. They've already brought out things about how Kairos a long time ago gave advice, and that's why they live and the kind of people they were. And so today it's a different and not like it was in the past, of course, because we have a different influences. And she mentioned about well, she used a word that she said today, atopado. And I think that means they're being pushed another way or influenced in another way. I think that's what it means. Or they've taken on other ways, topado. And maybe the other mentors will know, but I've heard that word, and I'm trying to remember how it's used. But to me, it means they're acceptable of other ways other than Kiowas, or they're influenced otherwise. So that's where our people are today, and and she talked about, she said, we want all our people, just as they did in the past, we want them to be good people. But it's real difficult today. And that's when she used atopado, and said they do different things. And she mentioned like she mentioned drugs, that they take drugs. And she said, that isn't what we want. It's very difficult today, but we still want them to, we still give them advice because we want them to be good people. So I don't want to get too wordy, so that's it.
Oh, I hope. Miss Marion, would you like to add?
Well, I agree with what she said. And this word that she used, Gabogutongo. And so that's, to me, that's bad drink. And Bolgood is also a word that's used for the color of gray when you talk about a gray horse. Oh, that looks kind of a dirty color. Bolgood. And that's just a side remark. But the other where the people gave advice, of course, and then about the language being taken away, or not language, but she said influence by the outside. But then I didn't quite catch what she was saying about some person coming who was Zelu May, speaking out the language and being taken. So I kind of didn't quite get all of that bit of information there. But otherwise, I agree with what Dolores mentioned. Okay.
Oh. Miss Velma, would you like to add any comment?
No,
All right. Let's see here. Okay. Hande batsaito. Hatso anatongya. Advice so you can live a good life. Hatso anatongya. Advice so you can live a good life.
Well, advice is good, don't get. I'll say that, but
Gutongya. Another what did you say? Someone said it earlier, I think. But yeah. Something like that. Hatsoha. Would we say Gutongya but yeah. Hatsoha.
good don't get. Good.
Grandma D, would you be able to say that correctly for me? I don't know if I'm
But
saying that
sometimes you
correctly.
can't say it exactly like you want to say it, like you said in English. What did you ask in English?
Hatsoanatongya. Advice to live a good life, or advice so we can live in a good way.
Good
Like,
don't get. Good don't get. Yeah. But all Holly good don't get.
say,
I don't know. How would you say, Marion?
I'd say good dog, yeah, baked on holly. Baked on good dog, yeah, baked on holly. Deki, good dog, yeah.
Good don't get. But
Baked
all
on
good don't get.
Deki's every day. I don't for you advice.
Good don't get. But all Holly. Or the pedo. Ekon the get target. Oh.
Oh,
oh, aho. Sounds like a title of an outreach that we should do.
Oh,
And we're recording.
Can you say it again,
so I'll get
Dolores?
these recorded.
Can you say it again, Dolores?
good don't get me all holly. Or they pay to ekom the get oh. Good don't get it all holly.
Let's see.
Aw.
Good, good, don't yeah. Bait all hollow go.
It all holly.
Bait all holly.
Or they pay to.
Oh wait, no, Ohio. How'd you spell Ohio day?
I
Ohio day.
know
Ohio day. Ohio
Boy
day.
is O-I.
Yeah, Ohio day. O-I-D-E. Ohio day. Ohio day.
well you
Paid.
could say good don't get paid to.
Paid.
Ekom the get oh.
Paid.
Paid is because so good don't get paid to. Ekom the get oh. See, that's it. Ask me, I might say it different the next time.
There's different ways to say it.
Uh-huh. You won't say it the same. There's
Yeah.
not just one way.
But you say it. No. You can have either short or quite long to make the description.
Aw. Oh, that's awesome. That's helpful. Okay, let's see. We're after 5, so we should wrap up, but just wanted to see if anyone else has any other comments to add about our session, or if anyone has any questions for any of our mentors.
Hello?
Hyundai.
Hyundai.
Yes, I just wanted to say thank you all for sharing your knowledge. It's very inspirational and encouraging. And there are a lot of words I recognize, but the words I hear and recognize are used in other ways than what I hear in these individuals speaking. And some words have a totally different meaning to me. So by y'all explaining helps me to learn how to use these words in more than just one way. But I have a long way to go in learning, although I have been raised in a Kiowa speaking home. I'm still trying to learn and, doing my best to be patient and try to understand. So I just want to say thank you. Aho, deo de.
Well, I'm just grateful to Deon and Big Arthur. I'm glad we meet, and I'm thankful for this group many years ago in the late 70s who gathered, and that was their purpose, to leave these words so that you'll learn and hear about Kiowa ways and how they live their lives. That was their intent, and so that's why these, when we listen to these, them speaking, it's a very Well, it's just educational to me to just hear my language and the way that it's used and what they are saying. So it's a very precious gift to us that they took time of their lives to speak Kiowa and to express themselves and to tell us how Kiowas live and should live. And that's our hope that you will learn about Kiowa ways. That was their purpose. And they say that several times. They'll say that in the sessions that we hear. They won't say it all the time. Someone will express that they're leaving it for you today. So I'm grateful when you listen and you're interested, because that's what they wanted you to do.
Oh, we better take their advice. We better take your advice too. Beit Ahab.
Mhm.
Aho. All right. Well, we'll be here next Sunday. And I'll send the recordings for all of our sessions in August. I send them out to the list at the end of the month. So if you're on the list and you get these invites, you'll get the recording links. And they're also posted on the Kiowa Language Program website, on the Kiowa Tribe website too. Okay, well, with that, we'll go ahead and close up, and let's see for our closing prayer. Courtney, outside. Uh-oh. Courtney, we're having trouble here.
Oh, bait outside. Ducky, duck, big dog, yay, don't they dog? Oh, can you hear me?
Oh, now.
Okay, I'm gonna pray. Bait outside. Ducky, duck, yay, big. God, Jesus, Holy Spirit, the one who created everything, I thank you for this beautiful day. My spirit's happy being here, and I'm grateful that you help us to learn our language and that you help us to learn every single day. We're helpless without you. I just ask that you forgive us, please, and let us keep praying and keep learning, and keep teaching this language. Help us to learn these teachings, to teach it in our homes and to our children, and be with our students and all those that are going back to school. Look upon all of our relatives, be with them, take care of them, take care of those that are sick and hungry or homeless or away from their families. Aho dagi. Amen. Obaha.
Aho.
Aho.
Oh.
Thank you, Courtney.
Aho.
Aho.
All right. Onde babon. Hega ba oi ton tai to.
Oh,
Melody,
Bye.
Melody,
Monday.
did you say Lance was on for a while?
Yeah, Lance White was listening to our session with Nancy Sulu.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, so make
Okay,
sure I
then the
put
other
him
thing,
down.
the
Yeah.
other thing, shh, I'm on the thing. Is Dorothy okay? I mean, I know she wasn't feeling well. Do you know?
Yeah, I think
or-
I haven't heard from her. I know that on Friday she wasn't feeling well. I guess she was having trouble keeping things down. So I'm about to give give her daughter a call and just see how she's doing.
okay, all right, okay.
Yeah, we'll just keep praying. Hopefully that I know that she's still struggling with that shingles. That's it just sounds awful. All right. Well, stay safe, stay healthy. Hey, pa, oy, mong to.
oh.